Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we're diving into real American English, the kind of expressions you actually hear in movies. On the street and in everyday conversations, these are the phrases that will make you sound more natural. Ready? Let's get started. First up, don't look at me like that. You'd say this if someone's giving you a look that feels a little judgmental, or maybe even annoyed. Imagine you just said something silly, and your friend gives you a look. You could say, "Hey, don't look at me like that." It's a playful way to call them out. Next, we have "that would hurt." This one is super versatile. It can be for physical pain, like if you see someone trip and fall. You might wince and say, "Ooh, that would hurt." But it's also for emotional pain. If a friend tells you about a mean comment someone made, you could reply with a sympathetic, "Yeah, that would hurt." Moving on to a fast way or a fast method. This is all about efficiency. It's a simple, direct phrase to describe a quick solution. For example, a chef might say, "A fast way to chop onions is to cut them in half first." Or a teacher might explain, "Here's a fast method for solving this math problem." It's clear, practical, and very common. Here's a slightly more formal and polite one. "I'm awfully glad." This is a charming, maybe a little old-fashioned way to say you're very happy about something. Instead of just, "I'm happy you came," you could say, "I'm awfully glad you came." It adds a touch of warmth and sincerity. Or if you hear good news, "I'm awfully glad to hear that." Now for a power word, unstoppable. When you describe someone or something as unstoppable, you mean they are incredibly successful. It's powerful and nothing can get in their way. You might hear people talking about an athlete on a winning streak and say, "He's unstoppable right now." Carries a lot of energy and admiration. What if you're just not getting something? You'd say, "I'm confused." It's a straightforward way to express that you don't understand. If a friend is explaining a complicated story, you can stop them and say, "Wait, I'm confused. Can you explain that again?" It's much better than just nodding along when you're lost. Next is a phrase used to signal sincerity. To be honest with you, people use this to introduce a thought that's very real and maybe a little difficult to say. For example, "To be honest with you, I didn't really enjoy the movie." It sets the stage for a candid comment. Have you ever heard someone say, "You're crazy"? In most casual contexts, this isn't an insult. It's often a playful, surprised reaction. If your friend suggests bungee jumping, you might laugh and say, "You're crazy, but let's do it." It shows you think their idea is wild or unexpected. Here's a descriptive one: an absolute mess. This is used for anything that is extremely disorganized or chaotic. You could walk into a messy room and say, "Wow, this place is an absolute mess." It can also describe a situation, like the project schedule is an absolute mess. Ever blank on a memory? Great phrases, "I can't really remember." Softer than saying, "I don't remember." It implies you're trying, but the details are fuzzy. If someone asked what you ate for lunch last Tuesday, you'd probably say, "I can't really remember." Now for a classic American expression of excitement. That's awesome. People use this all the time to react to good news or something cool. Your friend gets a promotion? That's awesome. You see an amazing concert? That was awesome. It's a go-to phrase for positive energy. Let's talk about a small word with big feeling. Oh, this little sound communicates so much. Okay. It can show you think something is cute. Like when you see a puppy, "Aw, he's so adorable." It can also show sympathy. If a friend says they had a bad day, a soft "aw," "that's too bad" is the perfect response. Feeling super excited and ready for action? The phrase is, "I'm pumped." This means you're full of energy and enthusiasm. Before a big game, you might say, "I'm so pumped for this." Or before a concert, "I'm pumped to see my favorite band live." And finally, a very generous phrase, "my treat." This simply means, "I'll pay for it." If you're out for coffee with a friend and you want to pay for both of you, you can say, "Don't worry about it. It's my treat." It's a kind and common gesture. And that's it for today's English expressions. We hope you found them useful. Now, as always, we close out with the spirit, energy, and pride of our community. At Leopards, we learn. At Leopards, we lead. At Leopards, we care. At Leopards, we are leopards. We are leopards. Strong, focused, unstoppable. Every single day.